Welcome to the Childish Grown-Up Show, where we treat each episode like your movie theater experience. We catch up with one another, play some games, talk previews, and before you know it, it's time for the feature presentation. So sit tight and enjoy this ride of nostalgia on the Childish Grown-Up Show.
Welcome back to another episode of the Childish Grown-Up Show. It's your favorite time of the week. It's your favorite show to listen to. I am one of the hosts that y'all are familiar with, Maurice Hunter III, aka Mo Cucino. I'm also here. I'm driving it. I'm driving it all the way through. Mo Cucino in the building. I also have two wonderful co-hosts, Ash Bash and Mia B. Ladies, how y'all feeling? It felt like a while. You know what? Because last week, that's why. How y'all feeling?
Pretty good. I'm feeling pretty good.
I'm feeling good. The holiday season is got hands and feet on me, but other than that, I'm doing good.
Holiday season. Yeah, man. I'm super disappointed about the tree, man. Long story, but all right. Well, yeah. So we are back. Mia is back, so we are in full. How y'all know the show? How y'all love the show with all three of us? But had a good time nonetheless last week talking about The Grinch. Really funny moments and really just an interesting, funny movie to talk about for Christmas. And we're going to get into another one today. But before we do that, we normally acknowledge the Stoop Kids. I got a new name for the Stoop Kids, but that'll be revealed in the new year. So, but we don't have any comments this week, but here's a comment that we really are looking for. Y'all, we are going to be giving y'all one more movie this year, and it will be coming from ours truly, Mia B. And then after that, the week of New Year's, we will be taking a break like the rest of the world, so to speak. And then the top of the year, we're getting back into it. We'll let you guys know our next rotation next week. So this is the opportunity. We want our first movie of the year to come from y'all, the Stoop Kids. Nobody's written in yet, so this is a great opportunity to drop your movie in that you want us to talk about. Now think about it. We're talking about January. We're talking about a new year. So think about those themes and ideas and concepts. What you think would be a great fit for us, what you think would be a great fit that you want to hear, just a movie you enjoy. So y'all can write in now, childishgrownups3@gmail.com, or reach out to us on Instagram, Childish Grownups. Childish Grownup, the Childish Grownup Show, no spaces on Instagram, of course, or you can leave a comment at the bottom of this video. Hey, I should do this movie. So nonetheless, reach out to us. We look forward to it. Hope everybody's holidays are going great. Childish Grown-Up moment. Mia, since you were absent last week and you're present today, we're going to start with you.
I actually do have a little something. So we were snowed in. We had a snow day. We actually were snowed in like Saturday and Sunday. So me and my daughter, after my little boy went to sleep, we stayed up late and made hot chocolate and brought the bag of marshmallows in the living room with us and just put them on the table so we could keep refilling our marshmallows as they started to go away. And we watched Home Alone together and both fell asleep on the couch.
Did y'all finish the movie or fell asleep in the middle of it?
No, we fell asleep on it. I woke up, ended up having to carry her to her bed, but it was a cute little snow day activity for us.
Absolutely. What a movie to pick too. Like, come on. That hot chocolate got y'all out of there. That's what it is. It's that warmth, that comfort, that hotness in the chest. Get you on out of there.
Some cozy blankets and
yeah, no doubt. All right. I'm kind of jealous. I know it's crazy to say, being jealous, being in Florida, there's no snow, but like there is something about snow that promotes holiday spirit, you know what I mean? And we talked about it last week about just the commercials and all of the things that the whole feeling and vibe building up to Christmas back in the day. So snow is another one of those things. Even though you don't like to drive in and put salt on the ground, all that, but it's a part of it. So that's dope. Ash.
Yeah, small, but we were also snowed in Saturday and Sunday. So me and Anthony, we got to playing Connect Four. That's one of my
Ah,
favorite games, and I'm not giving up no dubs for free. You know what I'm saying? You gotta earn them.
mm-hmm.
So of course when we play best 2 out of 3, he might try to put he like want to make a bet like he can get this game on his PlayStation or something. I'm like, all right, but you gotta win. So I was beating him for quite a few times, but he was getting a few wins. But I'm just top tier at Connect Four. What can I say?
This
But
is
that was
true.
fun because again, getting him into that competitive space, but also being able to lose gracefully. That's something that we're working on.
Mm-hmm.
And he was helping me cook dinner as well. He likes to get in the kitchen with Mama, and so I let him like season the chicken and stuff. So he really is a big help in the kitchen.
Wow, look at him, like, getting active, coming off the tablet, off the TV, getting active. That's fire.
Yeah, it was a good bonding sesh while you snowed in. Had him cook a good meal to eat on.
Yeah, don't worry. He gonna roll with his uncle. You know what I'm saying? When the time come, right? You know what I'm saying? Let's take a ride with your boy. You know what I'm
Oh my
saying?
gosh.
Take a ride with your boy.
Don't.
Let's make some drops and stops. Nah, uh, that's wonderful. My childish grown up moment is I was on School and Rio's podcast. Who'd have asked you? And we did top 5 favorite cartoons.
Oh,
And oh man, talk about nostalgia. Like, because I presented this idea to him, and he was like, he hit Rio up, and it's like, oh, they love this. We had some honorable mentions, and our top 5 list was just, everybody's was different. I will spoil one because we all had this one, and it was the craziest moment. We all had Rugrats at number 2. Like, it was like mind blowing that we all had that exact spot for the exact thing. So that was like a moment in the episode. So just talk about those cartoons, going back, doing the research, kind of the memories that are attached to it. It was a fun. It was just fun. I always have fun. Those are peoples over there, and shout out to them. Shout out to the Culture Garden. Shout out to We Got Y'all. Shout out to Another Week in the Books. All of the family under this umbrella. So that was my childish grown up moment, just reminiscing over the cartoons. Can I ask y'all though, since I know y'all wasn't there,
Oh
do y'all
my.
have a favorite cartoon?
mm.
That's really hard to just say on the
On
spot
the
because
spot? Okay.
I really gotta think about that.
Yeah, because I won't tell theirs, but my number one was Hey Arnold.
It's a good choice.
Yeah.
I said that's the right answer. I said because it got everything in it. But yeah, he took it real black with his, and Rio. He actually said it on here when we did our debate. So if y'all listen, y'all probably had an idea what his favorite is. So, but y'all check that out. Like it's a fun episode, and I would love to hear people start your favorite cartoon. It kind of felt like our TGIF a little bit. So that was the kind of the thinking in it. So hopefully we'll do. And then also they were like, when are we going to do the part 2 of unpopular opinions and hot takes? And so I said, hopefully top of the year. So let's probably try to shoot for something like that. Maybe end of
Oh
January,
yeah.
February, something like that. But they ready. So I'm like, and Mia's in this thing. So I can't wait to hear some of her. I really, that's really the most interest. Like, I can't wait to hear her hot takes and unpopular opinions. That's what I'm here for. So, cause I just feel like it's gonna be something way out there. So, but yeah, those are our childish grown ups moments. Y'all can reach out. Let us hear some of y'all childish grown up moments, especially in this time and this season of the holidays and gifts and the tree and all of the memories that we share. Share some memories. Share a memory with us. That would be great. Just warm our hearts. We got one more episode to do to give y'all the official Christmas episode. So y'all leave a comment. Just bring us into your world one time. Ash.
All right. It is time for the Flash with Ash. Now I'm all over the map this week, so I got a little bit of this, a little bit of that. So just rock with me. Just follow me. All right. So the first one is coming in from Living Single. Name the main cast of Living Single.
Like the actors or their
Yeah,
name?
no, like the on the show. Name the main characters of Living Single.
Oh, that's easy.
Oh,
The
okay.
kid.
Go ahead. I'm following your lead.
Okay, Khadijah, Sinclair, Regine, um, Max, Maxine
Maxine.
Shaw, Obi, and Kyle.
Okay,
Hey,
that's correct. That is
That's
correct.
my favorite sitcom.
do you know all their last names?
uh,
I don't know if it was emphasized in the show like that.
Khadijah James, Sinclair James, Maxine Shaw, Overton Wakefield Jr., Kyle Barker, and Regine. Oh, what was Regine's last name?
Dang, she is bodying this right
Can't
now.
remember Regine's last name for some reason. It's just like escaping me for like right now because her real name was Regina, but she changed it to Regine to be bougie.
Yeah, be extra fancy. You need a living single podcast or something.
Listen,
You need
that
some kind of something like between living single, Sex of the City. What you say? Did you say? Yeah,
like I
yeah.
have Living Single and I have Sex and the City. Those are probably my two favorite like shows of all time.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Well, I
Yeah.
knew that was easy, but sometimes they're so easy that you still might forget.
That's a fact.
Because, like with the women, it's like,
Mm-hmm.
So I just wanted to see where y'all was at. All right. So this next one is a finish the lyrics.
Oh.
This is from Good Times. So just pick up where I leave off. And I'm not going to sing it. I'm just going to talk it. Let's be clear. All right. So when I stop, y'all start. Okay. All right. Good times. Anytime you hold on. Because I gotta make sure I don't read the part I want y'all to say. Okay. Good times. Anytime you meet a payment. Good times. Anytime you meet a friend. Good times. And y'all finish.
I know Mama C yelling at the screen.
I know.
Mama C yelling at the screen like, I don't know the other there. I have no idea.
Like I know it if I
to yourself.
like if I'm listening to it, I can sing along. But like stopping right there, I'm like, wait. If
I was doing the melody as she was saying, and I still don't know the lyric.
Right, I'm like, if you would have probably went a little further, I probably could have got some of the like back end lyrics.
Y'all sing it to y'all, so y'all probably gonna remember it.
Like that's the one part that's like failing me.
Like she didn't get to the scratching and surviving part, so it's like we got in there.
Yeah,
we might have known one of those, but she got us on the early bird. I'm
like, that first little three, I'll probably
yeah, that's what I was saying. Like that first little bit is like, nah, we building up, so warming up. I ain't got it.
Good times anytime you need a friend. Good times anytime you're out from under. Not getting hassled, not getting hustled.
I still would have got it.
Head above water.
Keep making a way when you can. Hey, they used to be jamming on them intros back in the day, bro.
Absolutely. I really was gonna go heavy and hit y'all with that one-on-one because I know nobody know that.
Sometimes, yeah, we just be mumbling that whole way through, but we just know that.
I don't know. I would have to hear the melody to that. I don't think I'll know it.
Yeah, keep it going because it's gonna make me start listening to the lyrics on the intros.
You do Girlfriends half and half. I got those down.
Mm-hmm.
Half and half, but I was like,
I got that down.
Okay.
Half and half is an R&B song. Let's keep it a beat.
But absolutely. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm switching it out. I'm like, let me see. Okay. The last one is a trivia question. This is from Keenan and Kel. What is the name of Keenan's longtime crush who worked with him at the food barn? Was it Tracy, Jessica, Charla, or Miss Williams?
Charla.
I feel like we did this. I thought I feel like we've had a conversation where Charlotte came up, and I don't remember if that was his sister's name.
I remember. Wait, her sister name. Wait a minute. Nah, her name was.
But I'm gonna go with Mo. If he says Charlotte, I'm gonna say Charlotte.
Her sister's name is Kyla, right? Or
Kyla, I think. It's something like that.
Something like that. Should have gave it. We know.
So,
Oh, so you said y'all going with Charlotte?
Charlotte,
That's correct.
hey,
It was
let's go.
Charlotte.
Hey,
That's
But
Bert.
I think that's Kim. Was that Kim Whitfield's sister in real
yeah.
life?
I think
Uh,
yeah,
yeah,
Alexis
yeah, the younger one.
Fields. Yeah. Hey, she probably could have played Regine, which I think.
yeah.
Wait,
They're in the same vibe.
yeah,
Same vibe.
she
She's
seemed a little
she
more.
she was always underrated to me. Like as far as you know, what she always kind of reminded me of. You ain't got to lie, Craig. You ain't got to lie. That the woman that plays her, they always kind of reminded me of each other. So
Oh yeah, Adina.
Regine Hunter.
I was gonna say Howard. It just seemed like an
I
H. Okay,
I don't know. I
but
kept wanting to say Waters.
had to get that before we moved forward because it was gonna bother me.
you get bonus points for that. So, all right, that's all for the flash for the today, y'all.
Nice. Yes, we did pretty good today in the holiday spirit. So shout out to my partner Mia B. Shout out to Ash for the finish the lyric, a new piece to the Flash with
Yeah.
Ash.
Up where I leave off. You feel me?
Like I got a feeling we're gonna be seeing that more often. So we probably need to start watching these intro compilations on YouTube or something.
So listen.
Um, all right, well, y'all know what time it is. Mia B in charge of the time machine. Can you take us back to the movie that we are reviewing today?
We are going back to 1994, A Simpler Time, and we are going
Man,
to be talking about the Santa Claus. When a man inadvertently makes Santa fall off his roof on Christmas Eve, he finds himself magically recruited to take his place. For cast, we have Tim Allen as Scott Calvin, Eric Lloyd as Charlie Calvin, Wendy Crewson as Laura, Judge Reinhold as Neil, David Krimholtz as Bernard, or Krumholtz. I can never remember exactly how to. Judith Scott as Susan, Mary Gross as Miss Daniels, Paige Tamada as Elf Judy, and Peter Boyle as Mr. Whittle. This film was released November 11th, 1994.
all right, thank you, Mia B, for that. So another one, Christmas movie. We are here, so we're gonna get into. We're gonna be kind and rewind. Ash, how do you remember this film? What was your memory? I mean, you were excited about it last week when I brought it up as my pick. How do you remember this film? And then we fast forward and see what was your experience like this time with the film.
I was really thinking about this, trying to see. I don't know if this was a daycare movie or I really couldn't pinpoint. I'm like, where did I see this? Like, where were we introduced to it? So I couldn't remember. Um, and I haven't seen it in so long. So again, it felt like a press play. I just remember I was excited. Yeah, Tim Allen. I remember liking this movie, and then I forgot that there were sequels to it as well. So I'm like, as I'm watching it, I'm like, what was it? The second one that it's just I couldn't remember. I know I've seen at least the first and second. I don't know about that third, but I just remember seeing him in the Santa suit for a long time, right? More than seeing him as Scott Calvin. So it's like that was my memory. I remember liking it. Of course, I'm sure I was a kid watching it and just at that time probably super into Santa Claus and obviously the holidays and Christmas. But it's very vague. It's very blurry for when I first watched it. Watching it this time, it was a cool watch. It was a lot going on that I didn't remember. Like, oh, this is like super fake. But yeah, like of course I have my adult lens watching it, but I'm like, yo, this is crazy. With the reindeers and all that. But yeah, it was cool.
Okay. What say you, Mia B? How do you remember this?
So I can't remember when I first saw it. I just know, being really little and being excited to watch it and liking it, but not necessarily grasping all of the context in the movie. All I knew was there was a man, he had a son, Santa Claus died, he became Santa Claus. Like that was basically like I didn't like understand the intricate parts. And like admittedly, I hadn't seen this movie for a long time before I watched it for this. And now with my adult eyes and with my, current life circumstances, I have so many thoughts because I was like, oh my goodness. Like watching it as a kid, there were so many things that I didn't understand. But now as an adult, it's like, wow, this is actually kind of wild. Like this is a lot. But still really to me it holds up. I think it's still a really good Christmas movie. I think it's so cute. Like I love the transformation into Santa Claus. That was always my favorite part as a kid too, watching him like wake up every day and be more Santa-like, and the moments at the North Pole were out like the elves were always my favorite. But yeah, that's about it.
Okay. For me, just in memory, like Ash said, I don't remember if this is a daycare film, but it feels like something along those lines. VHS maybe, definitely one of the theater thing. 94. We were way too young, and but I remember like same thing. I remember just this transition as a kid, like him going into becoming Santa, and remember him being kind of I thought in my mind like he was kind of like what's your man's name? The Bah Humbug, like
Like Scrooge.
Scrooge. In my mind, I remember him feeling like he was like more Scrooge-ish. Watching it this time, I realized like, oh, he's not Scrooge-ish at all. And so I remember just enjoying this and enjoying what it is. And when I spoke last week, I was like, wow, I don't know why this is not spoken of a lot to me when it comes to Christmas movies. Watching it this time, I realized why I think it's not spoken of or acknowledged as much when it comes to Christmas movies. And I'll speak to that a little bit more throughout the film. Still an enjoyable watch. I actually hadn't watched this in many years, just like y'all. I watched it maybe a few weeks ago, which made me make that decision to do this because I felt like it could be something interesting to see where we go. So, with that being said, let's have a little bit of an overall discussion about the Santa Claus. My first question: have y'all ever had to mail it in for Christmas or Thanksgiving dinner, like Scott?
We had to what?
Mail it in.
Like order food
Like
instead
yeah, like yeah, you
of
ain't yeah, like you ain't no home cooking, ain't no nothing. We gotta similar to a Christmas story, right?
Not that I can think of.
I would say never for Thanksgiving. For Christmas Day, going out to eat? No, I don't think so. I can't remember a time where we ever didn't have a home cooked meal for the holidays. Now, yeah, no. Mm-mm. Not for Thanksgiving or Christmas specifically, no.
I definitely have, definitely have, definitely have. Definitely did the Chinese food because you know they're gonna be open. So, which is a funny flip of a joke in this movie.
Mhm.
Definitely have gotten the Chinese. Most times that's what it is. It's the Chinese food, which that's why A Christmas Story resonated for me. That with the ending of that when we reviewed it last year, because I was like, oh, that's right on point. So definitely mailed it in before. Like there's been times where it's like, we just dolo or whatever the case is. We're just gonna do our own thing, and here we are, type thing. My next question I wanted to ask: could y'all get a read on Scott Calvin? And when I ask this, like I'm asking specifically, is he supposed to be like this douchebag, or is he a decent father? I couldn't get that. I couldn't get the read on like how we're supposed to feel. He's going hard about saying, "Hey, Santa Claus is still real. Why are y'all telling him he's not?" But then there's moments it's like I stopped believing that years ago. I couldn't get a read on it. Maybe y'all can enlighten me, or maybe I want to. Could y'all get a read on him at all?
The only thing that I feel like I read was that he was really busy with work and not extremely present. but he didn't seem like a bad guy. Well, no, I'm not gonna say that. He had one moment where I was like, hey, where he pissed me off real bad.
Mm.
But other than that one moment, he seemed like a decent guy who was just kind of consumed with work. It didn't seem like he was a bad guy. I liked his philosophy when it came to Charlie and Christmas and wanting him to believe in magic and whatnot. But you know what? I guess I couldn't get a good read on him either because I have mixed feelings now that I'm thinking about it because of how Charlie reacted when he got dropped off over his house. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's a Tim Allen thing. Maybe it's a casting thing because he's such a likable like person
Yeah, right,
that
right.
is hard for his character to be unlikable, kind of like or Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know.
Um, yeah, I would agree. I don't think I got a good read on him either, but from Charlie's reaction, yeah, when he did get dropped off, it's kind of like, okay, it's like you don't see him often, or even the time that is spent with him is underwhelming. Charlie is like, you're gonna be here by sunrise, right? Like he's trying to get out of there immediately. And so you can tell there's a disconnect there between him and his son, Charlie. But yeah, I didn't still didn't get the vibes of him being like a bad guy. Like I didn't like he didn't make me feel no type of way right out the gate. It just like Mia said, felt like he just overworked, juggling. You got the custody situation and a whole bunch of things kind of going on. Then Charlie has his stepfather now, and so now you're kind of probably battling between different views of how he's raising them versus what So yeah, that's pretty much what I gauged from him.
Okay. How do y'all feel about? I'll save it.
Oh shoot.
I'll save it. I'm not. I'm going to say it, but I'm not going to say it in this section because I think this is about to drive the whole kind of perspective of this movie. But some interesting things about this movie, they actually didn't have Tim Allen first in mind. They had Bill Murray and Chevy Chase. They were offered that role. How do y'all feel Bill Murray would have did?
I gotta look him up.
I love Bill Murray. I think he's so funny. Um,
I like Bill as well.
Yeah, I like Bill.
he would have done well in this role. I
I
do. I
agree.
can see it.
Who else you said?
Chevy Chase, but I really don't even want to acknowledge that dude.
I have heard nothing but bad things
Yeah,
about
I
his.
really don't care nothing about him, to be honest.
I've heard
Chevy Chase.
he was a
I've seen him.
horrible person to work with.
Hmm.
Um, just
I don't
all
know.
asshole. I
Yeah.
don't have a lot of his roles that just come to my mind when I think of him. So I can't say how I feel about that, but I think Bill Murray would have done a good job.
Mm.
I agree. Bill Murray would have killed it, I think.
Yeah, I think so. There's a few more interesting things. So the original script was much darker, with Scott actually shooting Santa Claus as he believed he was a robber. However, Allen revealed on The Tonight Show in 2018 that DreamWorks CEO Jeffrey Katzenberg was adamant, we can't start a movie like that. So they didn't go with that. How crazy is that?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Does
But
it
again,
does
you don't know who's on you're thinking it's Robert, but like, yeah, nah, not for this Christmas movie with this child lead and no.
it's interesting because you're trying to figure out like, well, was that the tone y'all were trying to give off?
Yeah.
Because that may make some sense in some of the direction this film took. If this film was made in the 2010s, I think they would have kept it. It would have been probably like a dark humor type of Santa Claus, I think, which we've seen like Bad Santa So I think that maybe he was ahead of the curve, but in the '90s, it just wasn't gonna fly. Also, Tim Allen at one point he had the #1 show and #1 movie with Home Improvement and this. Uh, 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 and actually, there's an interesting thing. Shout out to our big cousins, the Culture Garden. Rick had brought up. I did not know, but Tim Allen was like he had a criminal record. Actually, like he was involved in some kind of like criminal activities and like basically snitched on like his everybody. Got free and
Really?
yeah, bro. I seen the mug shot everything. I said, "Oh, that's crazy, bro." We thinking Tim Allen is like God's gift to the earth. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
Dang.
I'm trying to see if there's anything else worth mentioning. I think the script was like sold for $10,000, and then obviously that recoup was ridiculous.
Mm.
Yeah, there's a lot of interesting things here, but I think I'll leave it there. So let's get into the film. Where y'all want to go first?
Wherever y'all want to take it.
Well, the first thing I had in my notes was, meeting Scott, but I feel like we kind of touched on that, talking about how we, saw him kind of. But the next thing I had was basically Scott's relationship with Laura and Neil, like that dynamic, because that kind of came
That
in hot in the
that
beginning.
fits our show. How about we table that, because I feel like that's probably where we're going to spend a lot of time.
Okay, cool.
I think we're going to spend a lot of time there. Uh, So again, I'll say this then. So they at the beginning, of course, they do the little Christmas party thing, and we see a Santa walking in. Which, I mean, there's another thing in theories of like elves have existed throughout. Like they had this all set up for Scott Calvin to be Santa Claus, but he does this weird cutoff thing where he cuts off his partner in the middle of a speech, and then he dry snicks like a mug on one of the homeboys, like because he's dressed anyway. But again, I think they were trying to give us this thing, but they end up going to, he ended up trying to cook food and everything's burnt. And then they go to Denny's and Denny's don't have nothing, which was hilarious. Anything I want to say about kind of those first few scenes? Obviously, the son didn't want to be there with his dad. And I started trying to figure out, like, what was the issue with his dad? Like, what? Like,
Well, he was saying a few things in between their interaction. Like when he was talking to his dad, he was like, Neil actually listens to me on one of the parts he had said. So it's kind of like he probably just doesn't feel heard or really seen, like in his opinions and kind of what he's into.
mhm.
And again, it just seems like there's just this disconnect.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, he knows he's his dad, but it's like, it's nothing really there. But I mean, we only get that little bitty, I mean, we don't really get too much of that backstory of the relationship. Like I said, how they got to the point where he didn't even want to come over there for, what was that, Christmas Eve? So, I don't know. It's just, he to me, it feel like Charlie thinks Scott is always distracted from
I can see that.
him, like
Yep.
when it's time to spend time with him.
Yeah.
And I kind of read it like Scott doesn't know his son. Like the mom, Laura, she kind of alluded to the fact that he isn't around enough. Like he's not there enough. He's got visitation, but he doesn't see his son, all that often, probably like in every other weekend situation. And you see it at the Denny's that he doesn't know him because he's like, let's get eggnog. And he's like, I don't like eggnog, and then when he's like, I want to do this, and he's like, why is it everything that I want to do is you never want to do what I want to do. It feels like he just doesn't really know Charlie. He just is like a piece of furniture in a way.
So we're supposed to get this idea that he's just like this overly busy father that doesn't pay attention. I mean, of course, he was driving off. He was lying about traffic and all of that because he was running late. You know what I mean? It's like, oh man, there's so many people here. Oh, that's the problem. It's the 4-car mashup. It's crap. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I guess they were trying to give that, but this movie.
That's the thing. I don't necessarily know if it was overly busy so much as just not paying attention or not present.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. That's what well, not busy. I don't mean busy in the sense, but I mean like in the sense that what he does for a living, and like how he just he's carrying it on even after. It's just like you said, not paying attention, distracted. I don't know. It's just the issue I ran into a lot with this movie is just execution. And again, it is 94. It is a Christmas film. But it's like there are Christmas films that have done this better in this around this time. So that's kind of going to be a through line feeling that I'm going to express throughout the movie. But yeah, I'm trying to figure out where to go. Yeah, Scott puts him to bed. He's reading. I don't know. I guess I don't even know what he was reading, but. So they hear something fall off the roof. They hear something on the roof, and then he goes outside. And I got a part of this in the later section of my notes. But they end up seeing a Santa Claus. He ends up reading the clause, and this is pretty much where the movie starts to pick up, where he's putting on the Santa jacket, the robe, the boots, and they're going on this journey, kind of delivering gifts.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, again, here's where it's confusing. Is this Christmas Eve?
Yeah,
I think it is Christmas Eve.
Yeah. Okay. So that's where I wanted to kind of talk about, because there's confusion to me. It's like, okay, if this is Christmas Eve, the following morning is Christmas Day, then it felt like days later y'all still talking about the Santa Claus thing, and that was where I was getting confused. And I know that the son has said, oh, it's kind of like a time continuum type of thing. So I was confused. But
I think that was just because of Charlie. Like he was very he was so excited that his dad was Santa Claus. He talked about it so much, which is why everybody was so concerned that it lasted literally a whole year of Charlie trying to convince everybody that his dad was Santa Claus. Like,
oh, that's the read you got on it? Like this was like a whole year going into next Christmas?
It was a year. It was a whole year. That was a year's length of time, because it was from Christmas Eve to the next Christmas.
Okay, see,
I didn't know that.
See, they didn't do a good job of that, because when they were walking outside and he pulled up on them, he like, let me talk to you for a second. This could be our secret. He still had on like a hoodie and sweats. But I'm like, there's no snow. And that's why I was getting confused. Like this.
Oh, I didn't know that either though. Like that was a great point out, Mia, because I had no idea. Because I was like, I know it was Christmas Eve when he got dropped off, but then he's going to work and like everything started to seem like more like normal days. But I didn't even put that together as I'm watching it. Like, oh, that this is not it's not Christmas anymore. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But like you said, in Charlie's mind, like he's in the convincing phase, like just trying to. I don't know why I didn't catch that.
Eve, and he's delivering the gifts on Christmas Eve, and that's when that's the ending of the movie, is the next Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they nah. Yeah, they didn't.
It was unclear, I guess.
It was a lot. It was again. This is a movie. It's supposed to be like magical fantasy, kind of a sci-fi. Even though I mean they wouldn't call it that, but like it is kind of in that category. But it's like I'm fine with him transforming into Santa. I love that. I love when we'll talk about the North Pole. But it's like when y'all trying to root it in certain realities, it's like y'all not clear in how y'all are going about it. And that's what kept throwing me off with the movie, because like she said, it's like, oh, a year's time has passed, but it's like, okay, how long were they in at the North Pole? Is it just a night, or what? It just, they could have literally just gave us a timestamp, say, 1 year later.
Yeah, the execution could have been better for sure.
Maybe
'Cause
they should have made it more like, my bad, Ash. I was just gonna say, I feel like they should have done like maybe made the seasons more clear, like what
yeah.
season it was, like with the passage of time,
Mhm.
because that might have made it make a little bit more sense. Because it does seem like they jumped to the next Christmas really quickly without, you know, really acknowledging the passage of time.
Mhm.
What do y'all think about the North Pole? What did y'all feel about that visual and all of the kids and the cute little girl that's coming and had the hot chocolate she's been working on for 1,200 years? I think she said 1,200 at least.
Go ahead, man.
Oh my goodness. For 1993, I feel like it was well done. And it still gives me like a nostalgic feeling to see it now. It's like, oh my goodness, this is just it's just so cute. Like from the moment you see that first elf come and let them in, and I'm like, oh, we're here, we're at the magical part. And it's just very nostalgic for me because I remember, even though I didn't know what was going on as a kid, seeing that was like what made the movie like, a Christmas movie, like they're at the North Pole. I love that the elves were kids, but they were old. Um, and Bernard is my MVP. I love him so much. I love that character, the head elf,
Mm-hmm.
because he's like so serious and sarcastic. But I liked it. I thought it was cute. Like thinking about the times.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I liked it too. Like as a kid, like the imagination of what's the North Pole and wanting to believe in Santa. I think they expounded and made our dreams come true. Any movie really, when they used to do this concept of the North Pole and the elves working for Santa and doing doing the good work for the kids for this one day a year. I mean, it's really enjoyable. I love the visual and it feels like a real place. The room kind of remind me of Richie Rich's room, ironically enough. But let me be very clear on something, Bernard. Listen. Watch your mouth. Like you talking real crazy. If I'm Santa, you need to watch your mouth. If I take off this Santa belt, straight up, because you was getting real crazy with it. Like you want me to just get with the program, and I don't know nothing about it, bro. I'm about to get fat. I'm about to get gray. I'm about to get all this. Like, bro, I didn't ask for that. I'm a businessman. You know what I'm saying? Not a businessman. And you talking to me all crazy with your sew-in or whatever you got going on with your hat wig. Stop playing with me, bro. You talking real crazy. Like, just like, hey, hold up. Lower your tone, bro, before I throw you to the South Pole. Like, for real.
I'm not asking for us to be together.
Cause like, bro, he had me. I got it as a kid, but I was like, but it's like, hey, listen.
Man, and you just couldn't allow it, huh?
Yeah. It's just like, I didn't ask for this. I don't know what's going on. You want me to read the clause, and it's like, okay, I understand. Okay, I understand. I'm a businessman. This makes sense. This is a clause. However, I need more answers. Period. Like, and he just like snapping off about the fact. I'm like, bruh. So yeah, let's be very clear. Like, bruh, Bernard talking to me like that, bro. I'm about to throw you to the South Pole, straight up.
Sheesh.
I tolerate no disrespect. If I'm Santa, I'm the big guy. Come on, man.
Well, somebody got to keep the ship running, obviously. Throughout the span of many a Santa, Bernard has been there keeping things on track. You know what I'm saying? Like we
Just watch that tone, though. Just watch
check
that
on
tone.
the elves, okay?
That's it.
The elves keep the ship running. Santa don't do nothing but drop off the gifts. The elves make them, they manage, they do security, they take care of the reindeers, they
I'm
do
the face. I'm the
missions.
face.
I'm David
Like,
Ruffin, and these are the temptations.
Like he might be like he's the man. He like what he's saying, Boomerang. He's the face on the package.
Uh-huh.
He makes no
Speaking of package,
decisions.
that was good.
He don't make none of the decisions. He is the face on the package. But Bernard is the real boss. Like he's the COO.
Okay. He is the COO, but
With
still.
him, but just watch your tone. That's all.
That's still, I'm like, hey.
If you read what that car said and you put that suit on anyway, because you thought
Come
it was
out
a game, you thought it was a joke.
Yeah, but y'all put the fine
I
print on there
didn't
like y'all
choose
didn't.
this.
Yeah.
Playtime is over, big guy. Now drink this milk and eat these cookies.
But y'all, I mean, y'all put it in small print, so y'all finessing already.
Hey man, what a font size at?
Yeah, y'all finessing already. Like you're being shady by putting small font on a business card. Come on. But
You
you
know
know,
how it goes.
shout out to Bernard. He is a excellent character. Let's be very clear. Like, don't get it twisted. His character is really good. I had to speak my piece on that because, like, bro, you know. But at first, I was watching it and remember, there's like, is there anything we could get you? And he was like a hard drink or something like that. And I always thought the little girl was gonna bring him out like a little scotch for Santa. You know what I'm saying? Well, of course, it was the hot chocolate or whatever, or was it?
Hey,
All right, so that's kind of covering that little bit of the story. But he wakes up and it's like all forgotten. But he still has the Santa Claus, the SC pajamas
I have a
on.
question.
Yeah.
Let's talk about. Can we talk about Laura and Neil's relationship? Like, how do y'all feel about it?
So just them two.
Yeah.
Okay.
How do you feel like their dynamic, their marriage, or whatever you wanna?
Mia, I will let you go first.
I hate to say this, but I feel like Laura just kind of let Neil run the show. He had all the opinions. I feel like he had too many and too much power, especially as it pertained to her son and his relationship with his father, because that's really not none of your business for real. Like, I get it as a present parent, bonus parent, stepfather, but you can't tell her how to make decisions for her.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like she let him have too much say so. And he's the one who's telling Charlie about Santa Claus. And Neil thinks, and Neil said, and Neil feels. And I just felt like it was a little bit too much. Like he was kind of running her, and she was a weak character to me, and that bothered me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
I agree, 100%. Their relationship was really irking my soul. Um, she didn't have a voice. Like, she just completely went silent. Like, even if you disagree, you look over to Neil, he give you the look, and you know you're submitting to what he thinks. And just because he's a psychiatrist, if it doesn't make logical sense to him, then it doesn't make sense. And it's just like everything is not like that. And then you're talking to a child, right? He's a kid, bro. Now, again, you were dealing with your own traumas when it came to your Santa and Christmas experience. Once we find that out later on, both of you kind of had your own feelings about Christmas and Santa and not getting what you guys wanted. Hey, I mean, he was 3, Neil, when he said he didn't get what it was he was looking for. And I'm like, man. So after that, like 3, he was out of there. But yeah, too many opinions, too many decisions made on behalf of Scott and Laura's son. Like, bro, relax a little bit. You're really out of pocket, super out of pocket. And she was just getting on my nerves. Like, how dare you? Like the fact that let me just stop being. Get into it.
Go ahead.
Yeah, because
The fact
We've done all
that
we could.
I'm sorry. Okay, I'm ripping it out. Like the fact that we
I'm
got
sorry,
all the
brother.
way, the fact that we got all the way to the judge because Charlie wants to believe in Santa. Like, come on, man. Like you convinced Laura, which she's weak. It was it was a layup convince to go to the judge to revoke Scott's custody because he wants to believe in. I mean, again, believe that his dad is Santa, so there is a difference there. But still, it's just like he's a freaking kid. Like, how are we at the judge, bro? Like, how are we getting cops
She about to put him
involved?
on child support because
I lost custody of my son because he thinks I'm Santa. I can't. I'm sorry. Stop the madness, bro.
y'all taking the comedy too far.
Like, what are we doing here? This is taking a whole. This is a different movie.
Hey man, I'm telling you, I could.
Go ahead.
Are
Go.
we? Are we there?
Yeah,
Are
we
we
there.
there?
We there.
Okay, because I've been waiting. Let me tell you
Sorry.
something.
Yeah, we there.
From the jump, from the very beginning of this movie, the very first moment that I'm introduced to Laura, I was already annoyed. Like, I don't know if everybody knows this, but I'm divorced and co-parenting as well. And all I could see was everything that they were doing wrong. Everything that was just so wrong with the situation. Like, I'm like, she was very disparaging when it came to Charlie's relationship with Scott from jump. Like, she did not encourage a positive attitude towards his father, a positive outlook. She was very negative, and she talked negative about him to Charlie, and let Neil, have a little bit too much, like he was stepping on Scott's toes in ways that was just not okay as a bonus parent. Like, you can't tell my kid that there's no Santa Claus or whatever it is because you're a psychiatrist or a psychologist or whatever it is. But then, like Ash said, to get all the way to the judge because my son thinks I'm Santa Claus, like, I don't care if I'm changing my appearance. I don't care if I done got fat and dyed my hair silver bells. That ain't got nothing to do with you. Okay? If he wants to believe that his daddy is Santa, this boy is like, what, 5, 6 years old?
Mhm.
What is the problem? Like, to take his visitation away because of that is literally wild. And the thing that pissed me off the most was that it was Neil who's like, you know what we have to do,
Yeah.
like basically guiding Laura to the point where it's like, we have to get his visitation taken away because this is going too far. And it's like, because you ain't get a weenie whistle when you was 3. Like, my guy, you are doing too much. Like, oh,
It must be justice. That's the only thing I could think of that's seems to have to get her getting her together like that because
not just
it's definitely justice. It's justice
Let's
for sure.
stop.
Like that's what it is.
Leave it alone.
It is. There
no,
is justice.
gotta be
Justice is involved because this is ridiculous. That's the only way he
There's
can.
no way.
Because no, it has to be like it's one of those. It's probably some surprise because there's no way you're giving her looks and she's getting with the program as zesty as you are, bro.
Well, there are versions of justice.
That's what I'm saying. But I'm like, as zesty as he is, you cross your leg, you got on the sweater, like all kind of like, it's gotta be, bro. Because it's like this makes no sense, dude. Like no freaking way, bro. Like I even a woman like her, she seems like a stronger, archetype. You know what I'm saying? And her and Cal.
Who?
Well, it's Calvin, Scott Calvin, whatever. But I'm
Oh,
calling him Cal. But
oh, okay.
you know how we do. But Scott, It seemed like maybe she maybe was doing everything before. Maybe your boy was like more active and more like this, and that. I don't know. This movie kept making me think about a comparison to Liar Liar. I don't know if y'all were getting that vibe, like because those were divorced parents as well. I was thinking about her, who she was dating, and I don't know. I don't know why my mind kept correlating it to that for some reason, but bruh, this is
I was thinking
ridiculous.
about Miss Doubtfire, which is probably not
That
no
that too.
connection there, but
I
I
think
was
it's
kind
the
of
trope. It's the quintessential 90s trope, like the absent
Facts.
alcoholic father or the absent father, irresponsible father was just like a 90s family movie trope. I
Yeah, I
can
mean,
name way more movies
oh,
where
it's tons of those, and it was like in the '90s they were on like they were like on cutting edge. They were trying to like get to like this new style of reality, and there's like a lot of people were going through this. A lot of kids were going through stuff like this, and so I think they were trying to like tell stories in that way, but it wasn't. They didn't have the nuance, or they didn't know how to necessarily tell it in a certain way. But and even then, when they go to the principal, like they're wilding. They go to the black principal, and then they go to her, and he's like not taking it serious at all, and pretty much like I see the principal, but like, listen, ma'am, you got your head shaved in the '90s. You could at least get a lineup. Like, you might be next to a mod. Like, y'all, if I'm going to send y'all a screenshot
you're out of
because
pocket. You're
this
out of pocket.
respectfully, if I'm a white person, I ain't
Women
gonna say.
didn't have she had to have no lineup.
Nah, you need a lineup, bro. You got finger waves, whatever you got going on, man. Look at this, man. Somebody look at this.
grief. Let's see what this is.
We see what you're talking about.
You're
Like,
irritating. You're irritating.
because, like, come on, man. You're you're
She might,
authoritative figure. There's
you
no
should,
way I'm taking you serious.
he
We,
should have just been bald, like completely.
yeah, maybe
That
ball,
spot
maybe
right there.
get that full Wakanda going. You know what I'm saying? But like that right there ain't like nah. And you want me to be serious? Like, knock it off.
It's because hair is missing right there, right?
It's the hairline is pushed back
It's like,
real.
yeah, it's like somebody did her. She shaved it herself. She was going through something that she could probably relate to. The wife, in a sense,
And
is like,
hey, where's Diary? She's not her hair. Okay,
yeah,
she
that,
is not her.
it sound
Not her.
good. It sound good, but
Maybe Irie said.
it definitely sounds good. But nah, I'm being stupid. But yeah, I just even like, and that's what I wanted to say about this movie as we kind of keep moving forward. That's the issue for me in the movie is, and that's the question I held back that I want to bring up here is like the movie does this thing where they're having this hard stance on not wanting Charlie to believe in Santa just for psychological reasons. And I get like maybe they were trying to figure out how to make it comedic, but it didn't really work for me. Like watching it now, and my thing was I think that if this had like some kind of religious undertone, I think it would have worked better to me. Like where it would have been like, hey, we don't believe in that, and then they would like be like, hey, what's the problem with believing in Santa Claus? What's the problem in believing in good? Somebody, a figure that does this, and that. You know what I mean? Like if it was something like that, I feel like it would have been a little bit more better executed. It's just like this whole thing is OD, and I get it's the '90s, but it's just there's versions of this that are better. So that threw me off. What do y'all think about that? Like just this whole movie, everybody taking this hard stance to the point he's losing custody, and the principal is like saying, "Hey, you really need to," like that. It's
Well, and
crazy.
that's again, you kind of you spoke to it. Like that's the problem. It's like it seems like the movie wants to push belief, right, to be something that's essential, especially like in children. But then we have this hard legal line of, you know, evidence that it's like we're getting into the legalities, the grown up side of it, but then we want to push belief. We want at the same time, it's like, I don't know. It's just a tug of war thing to me. Like, do you want the kids to believe or you want proof? What are we doing? Make a decision.
that was irritating to me too when he's like, how asking Charlie these questions like, well, how would Santa get all the way around the world? How could he come down a chimney if someone doesn't have a fireplace and blah blah blah? And it's just like, what are you talking about? My daughter has never ever asked me any of those questions, and and it's just I don't know. It was very frustrating for me. Like, but even that, I love how this movie kind of explained those things away. I think that's a beautiful thing because yeah, there are kids who probably have asked questions like that in this movie.
Let
Shows,
me
Santa being sucked down the little um chimney and like the fireplace just appearing, or you know the magic making a chimney for him to go down, and like all of those things, which I also thought was like a really cool, cute touch for a movie like this, where it's like everyone wants to be so based in reality.
hmm
And so they find a way to fantastically explain those things away.
let me ask y'all this: have either of y'all children asked if Santa's real? Have they asked y'all that?
Yes.
My
And
daughter
what did
literally just asked me a couple days ago.
Anthony asked me
Well,
too? What did y'all say?
Daddy is Santa.
Okay.
So Jovi asked me, she said, Mommy, is Christmas a lie? I said, what do you mean? She said, my friend said that the parents move the elf on the shelf and write the notes, and that um
Blow
the
it up the spot.
and I'm like, who told you that? And I'm like, I said her parents are some haters because they don't want her to believe in magic. And
Okay.
like, don't let nobody tell you nothing until I tell you, because don't be ruining my baby childhood. And
Right. Like,
So she still
I don't
believes.
like
So
that.
she still believes. You think she walked away still believing, or
my daughter is, she could, or she could very well just be playing along because it's fun,
okay,
you
okay,
know.
that's fair.
Well,
Yeah.
Anthony, he asked me. He was like, "Is Santa real?" Just come home. I'm like talking to at school. He was like, "Because I've never seen him." I was like, "You ain't supposed to see him. You're supposed to be asleep." And we have like a ornament, like we have a black Santa in here, and so he's like, he asked me about the races of Santa. I'm like, this is getting out of hand. I'm like, listen, just all right, man, just come relax, get relax from school, just get up out of
Hey,
here.
listen. What spawned it? Because we were driving. It was a few years ago. We were driving, and there was a song came on like Santa is a black man, like some kind of song like that. And she was like, Santa's black. And I was like, yeah. She's like, who's Santa? I said, Daddy's Santa. And so for a little bit, for a small window, she was telling people at school, like, my dad is Santa. Like,
Oh, you
and
Tim Allen,
hey, I'm
huh?
definitely Big Tim over here. So that's
I
kind of
mean,
what.
Scott, excuse me.
But yeah, so that's the. Hey, I'm glad you asked that.
He was like, do you leave milk and cookies out too? I was like, yeah, you should.
Oh, you should just leave some Henny out. No, I'm just playing.
I think by next year, Jovi will be over Santa. Like, I think next year will be the year where she really stops believing that it's a real thing.
Hmm.
But for now, she's playing along. Even then, I don't know. I think she might have some skepticism, but I think right now she still likes to use her imagination. She still wants to believe in, the elf on the shelf and all that stuff. So
And it seems like they were trying to go for a theme here about adults believing in Santa. Like, they're like, because there's that moment where Scott, comes back and he's reminded of, I guess last year Christmas with the snow globe, and like there's this magical moment, with the mom, and then also, what's the guy name? I keep forgetting. Neil.
Neil,
And there's a moment with Neil where it's like it registers to both of them. But it seemed like this movie's like maybe more about the adult's belief of Santa, because like that kind of seems like the kind of the closed circle moment of the movie when that happens. And so I don't know. This movie, the movie, it's like it's an enjoyable movie, but it's a this movie is not a rerun movie, like, to me, like because watching it, it was just, it wasn't as enjoyable. And I can see, like, I had watched it, like I said, a few weeks ago. I enjoyed it for what it was at that time, but I realized, like, when I had to watch it again for this review, I was just like, this is not a rewatch movie like Home Alone is. You know, like for me, A Christmas Story. For me, Jingle All the Way. Like, this is not a every year staple film to watch, even though it should be for the Santa Claus story alone. But it's just too much. Like, I don't know. It's just they just kept like overemphasizing the, like, stop believing something's wrong with you, and it just didn't work, and I didn't like it at all for this movie, especially with like him not even believing, and then he becomes Santa Claus. I feel like they could have just took a different direction, but who am I to say? This movie was exceptionally successful. Anything else y'all want to say? Any scenes? Anything else y'all want to say to the movie as far before we go into our later sections?
Yeah, I want to say, just like, for me, I think, well, I'll rewatch it. And the thing is, I want my daughter to see it because she hasn't seen it yet. But um I still think it was well made. It's still enjoyable for me. Of course, now with my adult lens, I have to, shift my perspective a little bit, because the whole um Neil and the custody situation blew me for real. But I think, um it's cool. It's cool for what it was. It's a Christmas movie, and
Mm-hmm.
you take away from it what you will. I will say, the scene from the first Christmas when he first put on the suit and started delivering the toys. The scene that made me so mad, that I was talking about when we first started, was when he went in that little girl's house and he was putting the toys away. And she was asking him all those questions. And he was being so mean to that little girl. And that made me so mad, because I'm like,
That's
why
why he shouldn't be
are you so
Santa.
mean to her? Like, I'm lactose intolerant, and I'm gonna take all your like, he was just being so mean to this little girl who's just asking, questions. But then they did redeem it when he went back the next year, and she was talking to him, and then he was more in the spirit, and he was Santa Claus for real, and he was being kind to her at that point. I think I'm glad that they took him back specifically to her to show his change of heart, but that first scene just made me so mad.
Yeah, which is where that's the hard read on him, like, kind of like.
Exactly.
Ash, anything else you want to say about the movie?
Uh, no.
Okay, with that being said, character you relate to or identify with the most, Ash.
I didn't have anyone.
Mia.
Surprisingly, I said Scott, um, just in the sense that how he reacted to them wanting to tell Charlie that there was no Santa Claus, or like being weird about him believing in Santa Claus. I just felt like his approach was more in line with mine. Is like, let him believe in magic. Like, it's just, he's a kid. If he wants to believe it, let him believe it until he doesn't anymore. Like, and I feel like he was in that sense, that's part of the reason why I didn't necessarily get a good read on him, because it felt like he wanted his son to have a good childhood and be, happy. But then there was all that other stuff. But I guess that's really it. Just just for that reason, I chose Scott.
Yeah, same. I got Scott. Just not, like trying to like be present and really connect with the like spirit of Christmas. I kind of alluded to it. I did speak to it last week about being a Grinch, a real life Grinch for Christmas for a while before I just realized it's like, yo, this is a special time of year, regardless if you got $2,000 or you got $2. Like, get into the spirit. Just try to do what you can to make the most of it just once a year. And I can see Scott kind of took it for granted for a while, but then once he became Santa, he understand the importance of it. So for me, it's definitely Scott as well. Get to stepping. Character you could do without. Ash.
I had Laura. She
Mhm.
didn't have a backbone. She gave Neil too much authority and too much power in the decision making to the point where she wasn't even thinking for herself. Aside from her for allowing Neil to undermine Scott, you didn't even have your own mind of the parenting for your own child. So she can get the step
Wow. Mia.
This pains me to say because she was legit the only Black person in the whole movie.
Oh.
But it's Susan because she just didn't play much of a part. Like she was his partner, but she didn't really have any lines other than "Can I have a salad?" Like it seemed pointless to me in a way.
Yeah.
in.
I think I feel like his whole job, like all of the people that's job, it. I mean, I guess we needed people to witness him getting big and doing things, but we don't need none of that. We could have spent more time at the North Pole, more time developing other areas of this film. So everybody at the job, they can get stepping. Lines that deserve to be slimed. Ash.
I just have two. These are both from Scott. Sometimes believing in something is just believing in it. And then the second one, he's naked somewhere.
That one was funny.
He had a book actually too. Like there was something like that. So maybe that's like a little nod. It's like don't stand close to the naked man or something like that, which was a #1 seller as well.
Mm.
Mia.
I have a few. From Calvin, I have Merry Christmas to all and to all a good night. When I get home, I'm getting a CAT scan. Um, can we take a direct flight back to reality or do we have to change planes in Denver? And I had this quote from Elf Judy: seeing isn't believing, believing is seeing. And then from his boss, you should see a doctor, a shrink, a dietitian, anything. I don't know what's happening to you. You're starting to look like the Pillsbury Doughboy. And that's it.
Nice. I have you look good for your age. Thanks, but I'm seeing someone in rapping.
Oh, that was cute.
Just because you haven't seen it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Which was obviously from the Sun when he was talking about you believe in $1,000,000. You know what I'm saying? And then lastly, you've got more important things to think about, like where you're going to get more sweaters like this when the circus pulls out of town. That's what Scott said to Neil. Like, and then obviously Neil had to acknowledge, okay, this sweater is whack. Like, is he?
The Coogee sweater. And
But it really is fly though. Like I guess it just didn't fit the community. You know what I mean? Things you would change about the movie or what you feel they didn't get right, Ash.
Yeah, the direction of the film was unclear. The timing of it all, like I didn't even know it was a year that passed, and like it was just too much going on. It was a lot going on, but it just wasn't well put together. So I guess just the execution of it just wasn't there for me. And then I don't like how Scott was forced to be Santa. Even if it was like maybe a temporary thing, like I didn't like how he was like permanently changing into Santa.
There
Like,
should have been some consent.
yeah, like and that could be a deeper meaning, you know what I mean, there because of that. Like, but I didn't like it that he was forced.
Yeah,
And
I
I
do
mean,
get
yeah,
that.
he put the suit on, whatever, but it's just like don't just make me be fat and
It's a
grow all this
finesse.
hair.
It's a finesse, though.
And like, and then get mad when I ain't fitting the bill. But yeah,
That's good. That's really good, actually. What about you, Mia?
I said pretty much. I don't think they handled the passage of time well in the movie either. It wasn't clear because I don't even think that I realized it or that it clicked for me until I was watching it for this. Because as a kid, I don't think I was paying that much attention, but this time like it clicked for me, but it wasn't handled well. And also, I just didn't care for Neil's character at all, even when they gave him the slight redemption arc at the end. Um, and his relationship with I didn't like how they depicted the relationship between Laura and Scott or Scott and Calvin. I mean Scott and Neil. That whole dynamic bothered me.
That's good too. A few things. Scott Calvin walking outside in those super thin boxers and not shivering once, but instead trying to make sense of the situation. So he's posted up outside trying to figure out what's going on with Santa in the snow. And then later, he walks out barefoot in the snow. Come on, yeah. Come on, man. Like,
but you know the temperatures are different on the other side. You feel me?
bro, he wasn't in the North Pole. He was at the crib.
No, I'm talking about the other side.
Not, I don't care what you're saying. You ain't in no thin boxers. It's one thing to be in shorts. You know how they get down with the shorts, but you're in boxers, dude. Like the justice is all the way getting all wind. So it's like, and then later the bare feet is in snow. Where they do that at? Nobody walks barefoot out in snow.
Well, even how they had Charlie just walking up the ladder to the roof, like,
Yeah, like bro, it's crazy. So that I just like that was a continuity issue in a sense that this is supposed to be snow, even though it may have been warm at the time of y'all filming it. It's continuity issue. The timeline of this movie, similar to what Mia said, it's all disjointed. Christmas is here in a day, and then some days pass, and then they're still having a conversation about Santa Claus. So that whole timeline thing, they just did not execute it properly at all for me. So I just didn't like that. And then and last, like I've been saying the whole movie, I just don't like the like this focal point of like something's wrong with you because you believe in Santa. It's like if that's the theme that y'all are going with, then we need more comedy. Because it seemed like they kind of went more serious than they did comedy. So then, if it's serious, it's rooted in logic, and it's a lot of this is just not logical, and that bothered me through the movie. Like if they were being more funny, we'd be like, okay, this is like it's like a little silly film. Like they're trying to be funny about this. Like these characters are cartoonish, like Whoville. But unfortunately, like they were kind of slightly being serious, and it just didn't make sense. Like they were breaking into this man's house looking for him. Like, I'm like, bro, what are we doing? So, yeah, those are things that bother me. More of the story, in your opinion, Ash?
it was all over the place. But
Boy,
I landed the plane where belief is a choice.
simply put, straight like that.
Yeah.
Me and B.
I just said let children believe in magic.
Like I said, everything was everywhere. I'm pulling a page from Charlie. Like, look, like stand on what you witnessed. You've seen it for yourself, and don't let nobody try to talk you out of what you witnessed. You seen it. I witnessed it. I seen it. I remember it, and I don't care if it don't make sense to you. Stand on what you saw with your own two eyes. Period. People will talk you out of it. You'll get older, and then you'll try to make sense of what you've seen. But if you've seen it, it's real, bro. So, and that is our episode, man. We talked about the Santa Claus that came out in 1994, but now we're coming back to the year that we are in currently. But before we get out of here, we got one more Christmas movie to discuss. The pick is now on Mia B. We do not discuss these prior to these episodes, so our reaction is similar to your reaction. So with that being said, Mia B, the floor is yours.
You know, in true Mia fashion, I'm going to have to take things in a different direction, right?
Uh-oh.
I really wanted to go way, way left. And I watched a specific movie that I was going to pick because, again, my daughter asked me a question about it. And I'll tell you because I don't think I'll ever choose it because after watching it, there's not enough meat and potatoes in the movie to make an episode. And that I was going to do Krampus.
Krampus. Okay.
It's a horror film.
When did this come out?
Huh?
When did that come out?
Oh, I can't remember exactly when that came out.
Is it after 2009?
In the 2000s, but I can't remember.
Oh, 2000. Okay, so I still feel like timeline.
It was somewhere in the 2000s, but I don't remember when.
Okay.
But my daughter asked me about it, and I was like, oh, let me watch that and see. But it wasn't enough meat and potatoes there. However, because I am a spooky season girl, and I found something that I love. That's a classic that combines the best of both worlds in a beautiful stop motion animation. So we are going to be talking about 1993's A Nightmare Before Christmas.
I knew it. I knew it.
So Mia B.
I knew it. I said, as soon as you start saying it, I said, I knew it. But you know what? You got to get it in. I'm interested in talking about that. I'm glad that you did pick an animation because that was my original plan. I definitely thought about Charlie Brown, but I didn't realize how short the movie is. So I didn't choose. I was like, it's 30 minutes, bro. Like, but a night
is it's like it's one of my favorite movies of all time.
What Nightmare Before Christmas?
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, so looking forward to it. That tracks, that lines up. I haven't seen it in a very long time, so I'm looking forward to it. I didn't know it came out in '93 though. That's crazy. That's kind of mind blowing.
I haven't seen it in a while either, but I remember liking it. From what I remember.
Yeah, I wasn't mad at it.
I definitely remember this, so we'll see how I remember it now.
Absolutely.
It's a movie and a Christmas movie.
It's like you watch it twice a year. Like,
look at you cheating. Look,
right, get it off again. Like, she doing 2 for 1. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I see.
I see what you're doing. So that is our next film, the 1993 film, The Nightmare Before Christmas, an animated film. So it's going to be a very interesting review. I know there's a lot of people that love that movie. Y'all reach out to us. Again, we're going to do one more Christmas movie, which is that movie. And then after that, we'll take a week break because it is going into New Year's. And that following week, we'll be back. So we're hoping that the Stoop kids reach out at childishgrownups3@gmail.com. Send your movie in because we're going to put a poll out there on YouTube as well as Instagram for people to vote. So your movie might get picked and we will talk about it. We already done it before with Who Made the Potato Salad, and we're looking forward to doing it again. So y'all reach out. But in the meantime, in between time, anything else y'all want to say before we leave this episode, ladies?
Merry Christmas to all and to all a good night.
Yeah, we winding it down. 2025. So Let's end it with a bang.
Yeah. For those that are listening, by the time y'all hear this will be out on Thursday, not Wednesday. So it'll be out late Wednesday, but y'all won't know by the time this comes out. So, but all right, y'all. Well, we gotta get warm, turn the heat on, get the hot chocolate and marshmallows, like Mia B said, and it's about to be Christmas break, and y'all know how much we love Christmas break. So we're gonna be hollering at y'all. Y'all have a good night. Peace.